The AXN Floater Jet has gotten to be everybody's favorite radio plane at this point. It's light, low wing loading, it can fly through any kind of wind. It's got a wingspan which is, fits inside most Japanese cars without too much trouble, and at the same time is big enough that you can see it, right? I mean, even out to 100 or 200 yards away from your own body, it's easy to control. What I've done with the coloring here is not just for looks. Basically, the winter sun is a sort of a problem in the mid-Atlantic region, and the idea is to use the kinds of vermilion glasses that you would use for skeet shooting on particularly bright days. Basically, it cuts sunlight, and at the same time, anything which is red or orange lights up. Okay, it makes the thing tremendously easy to see. I've got a 6-inch propeller on this one. I don't think you need it. It's not the basic configuration is not slow with the 5-inch prop, but if you want it, it's there. I've done something which I haven't seen elsewhere with the front of the airplane. The front of foam aircraft like this can get mushed in any kind of a hard landing. I've got strips of basswood on the front of the fuselage, and you can see what I've done there. It's like they're glued onto the front of the fuselage with foam safe CA glue, and then the front of the wooden pieces are wrapped with electrical tape, and at the same time I've gotten rid of the little snap that holds or claims to hold the front of the canopy. That doesn't really work. It's like I've got a strip of the black electrical tape down here, actually 2 strips, I've doubled it, and then the same piece of tape that goes around the 2 wooden supports also goes over that, right? So the thing is foolproof. It comes off like that, and I've also got a piece of black electrical tape over the magnet to keep that from ever going anywhere. I've got a kind of a simple system for holding wings on. Basically just posts glued into the wings and then rubber bands. Very simple, strong, foolproof. I've got reinforced packing tape on the ailerons, and I haven't had any problems with the stamped hinges on the elevator or the rudder, right? I've had problems with the ailerons. And what I've done is to put the reinforced packing tape over these, and I've gone to lengths to make sure that that doesn't bind. In other words, before I put the packing tape on the top, I've turned the aileron down, right? And then when I go to put the packing tape on the bottom of the same aileron, I turn it up, right? So that, it's got its full range of motion. The packing tape isn't stopping that. With the underside here, it's like I've taken a popsicle stick and just mashed all of the tape down flat to the surfaces. You can see what I've done. I've got the same sort of packing tape holding these covers for the servo wires. I mean, if I ever had to replace a servo on this airplane, it wouldn't be that difficult to do. The servo basically is held in with a popsicle stick, which is heat glued to the wing, right? I mean, it's not going to go anywhere, but if I ever had to replace the servo, it wouldn't be that difficult to do. I just pull these 2 popsicle sticks off. I've got a service bay in the bottom, and what I've done with that is to, aside from letting me take wings off if I ever had to and not have to struggle getting those connections undone, there's a problem which I don't really like with the motor gliders, most of them in fact, which says that you've got these long push rods which can flex. I mean, you've got a steel push rod inside a plastic tube, and the plastic tubes could flex, and that's going to cut down on the throw of the controls, right? What I've done is to take that same sort of reinforced packing tape, and I've taped the push rod tubes down to the underside of the wing housing, and that keeps those from going anywhere, and that keeps the throws of the control surfaces from being affected. That's about all. This is, like I said, it's about as much as I could think of to do or to try to change with the AXN for somewhere between $40 or $60. This is one of the serious bargains that you find on Hobby King. This is, like I say, getting to be everybody's favorite radio plane. Thank you. Bye-bye.